share my screen.
Sharing is caring.
Nah, sekarang baru bisa pakai.
Or share that. Oh, yes, here. There it is.
See all the girls in the page, and Tito yang also the girl. Become
Yeah.
girl afterward.
I've decided to switch genders. I'm now a female. Who came up with this? This was Andre, right?
Okay, that's our Sony branding. Apologies for the technical issues. So I will continue to the weekly inspiration for this week. I took this topic, which is you are what you think for Confucius. Who is this person? Actually, this person was born near the end of the era known in Chinese history as the spring and autumn period, and unfortunately, his father died soon after Confucius' birth. And he was poor and from a lowly station actually. He could not enter government service as easily as young men from prominent families, and so he had to become skilled in many menial things, just works. And Confucius thought that he could something certain the growth and he saw education as a process of self-improvement. And he was becoming a minister of justice at his town. Wow, from the poor family, and then he became the minister of justice. And after 20 years, he returned to his hometown after the age of 67 to teach and write. And the teachings of this person became the most influential religious philosophy in the history of China, which is called Confucianism, and it has existed for over 2,500 years. And what we can learn from this person actually, the teaching of Confucius, he has some books, also some quotes, inspirational quotes. So you can read his book actually because it's so interesting. You can learn the principle of life, especially for humanity. What I can link it with our core value is fail fast. If you make mistake and you do not correct it, this is called mistake. So don't afraid and don't abandon your mistake. You have to fix it. Also for never settle because it doesn't matter how poorly you do as long as you don't stop. And next, to help others and help themselves, change the books, and most of the quotes is about the humanity, so it relates to how we can help others as well, because if you want to make a stand, help others make a stand, and if you want to reach your goal, help others to reach their goal as well. So that's all from Confucius. Actually, this person is very influential, and you can read his book. You can reach me as well because I also collect some of the books. That's all for inspirational for this week. So back to Erica.
Okay, thank you, Bella. On this presentation, instead of being confused, adopt confused values. And next, move to vision and mission statement. Over to you, Mr. Jing.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I've got some people here that I'll talk to you guys. Great. All right. So, welcome. Thank you, everybody who was helping me out last week. I probably got COVID. I probably gave it to Eka and Moana too as well. But anyways, we're all recovered now, so it's safe to come here to base if you want to, hang out. Shailin survived, fortunately. No issues there. And then Dean, just because she heard about all this great COVID going on, decided to visit Bali base. She's over here right now. So, where's my finger? My finger. Okay. Look, it's my hand. It's just reaching over. Okay. Anyway, So thank you everybody for running the operations while I was sick, and I really appreciate the team coming together to move things along. Now, over the past week, we've had a lot of new interns come in, and we've had some interns graduate from our new programs. I'll talk a little bit about that, and then also give a little bit of what's happening vision-wise for where our company is headed. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. As always, we always begin with some of the bad news first. I'll talk about the weaknesses that I've been noticing in the company. So this has been an ongoing theme for the month of June, which is this particular process of which we are communicating with our partners. Just recently, I've been involved in many WhatsApp groups, acting as Wayana, and looking at the perspectives of what we look like from our partners' perspective. This is actually what we look like from our partners' perspective. So our major brand touch point is these WhatsApp groups that are happening with the partners. And as you can see, there's no profile pictures. There's actually no brand at all in front of our partners. In addition to some of the operational complications and challenges that we see in these WhatsApp groups, that is probably one of our weakest points, which is the feel of a brand actually to our partners. So what does this actually look like a little bit more, right? So traditionally speaking, in the WhatsApp groups, there's been a lack of supervision. Sometimes there's a lack of response. Partners could try calling or get in touch with us, but yet there'll be nobody who answers the phone. There's a lack of design, right? There's nothing really feeling delightful or pleasurable or visually stimulating in these WhatsApp groups. And there's oftentimes a lack of leadership about what these groups should actually feel like and experience from a partner's perspective. And what's worse is at certain times there's a lack of hospitality, okay? So we've investigated this and we've taken actions in the team management side to deal with it, but there's also something more to be added. There's something more to be added in terms of leadership, in terms of design, in terms of supervision. So this is something that I want to improve. And how we're gonna get to that way. So WhatsApp groups aside, I'd like to also show you guys a demo, switching gears right away, okay? So before I was talking about how on Airbnb, we were doing pretty good in terms of check-ins, but I recently discovered a really cool feature here, okay? So let me zoom in. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a toggle bar, okay? In this toggle bar, you can compare statistics over time, which compares like your past performance against your present performance. But what you can also do on Airbnb is you can compare against similar listings, okay? So this is what we look like in terms of our performance against similar listings here. So what you can see is similar listings are generally a bit above what Bukit Vista does in terms of overall 5-star reviews, okay? So let's take an example here. This is a sample data point here around April. I don't know if you guys can see that, but okay, here it is. So other similar listings get about 85% 5-star reviews. We only get 75%. Now, the worst is when the gaps are the biggest, such as sometime around May 16th. You can see similar listings get about 78% 5-star reviews. Bukit Vista gets about 61.2% 5-star reviews. Now, there is some good news, hopefully. As you can see here, our gap is closing right now these days. Similar listings get about 78.6% 5-star reviews. We get 75, okay? So it does seem that there is performance variation against other similar properties on Airbnb from time to time, but it does close over time, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at another statistic here, which is according to the accuracy, okay, of what we see. So I'll set the dates from May 1st all the way to, let's say, June 26th, and we'll take a look at how we do according to similar listings. Now, on the accuracy side, we're tracking much more closely, and also that score is getting much closer to what similar listings are showing as on Airbnb too, as well. Now, here's a funny one. Check-ins. Check-ins I spoke about a few weeks before when I was healthy about the quality of our check-ins, and I was saying that we're doing pretty good. But what's actually interesting is compared to other similar listings, let me show you what it looks like, okay? So our check-ins are actually around 80%, but if you take a look at what most similar Airbnb listings get, they get 89% and sometimes even higher than what our scores are. Again, the gap is narrowing. Back sometime around, I think it was early May, the gap was pretty significant. Our check-in scores were at 69%. Similar listings are at 87%. But these days, the gap is getting closer and closer. So that part is good. All right, cleanliness. Cleanliness is probably one of our worst stories at the moment. Not that great on cleanliness. I'll show you guys what we see on cleanliness here. So this is again looking at May 1st to June 26th. Significantly about 5% lower than most other similar properties in terms of cleanliness. All right. So communication, let's go ahead and take a quick look at that as well. May 1st and ending on June 26th. Let's see what our communication looks like. Whoa, that's really bizarre. Oh wait, sorry, I set this up incorrectly. Let me go ahead and set that correctly there. Okay, so our 5-star communication rate, is a little bit less, about at worst, it's almost 15% less than similar listings. And the gap is actually getting a little bit bigger too, as well. Okay, I won't go into too much of it. If you guys work in the operations team or BI, check this anytime. It's on the Chandra account under Insights. And on these Insights, you can just go under Quality and you can measure how Bukit Vista does compared to other similar Airbnb listings, okay? All right, so that's the Airbnb performance demo. That's not our strength at the moment, because if you compare what our different breakdowns are compared to similar listings, in general, we are lower than similar properties. So there's more improvement that can be seen in that category. All right. Of course, we want to transition into BV5, and we want to be a brand that's trusted to inspire delight. So how do we transition and plan this? Well, there's a few things that we're going to do for, let's say, the WhatsApp groups, which is the first thing. We're going to lean down these WhatsApp groups that we see. There's probably not going to be a day when we entirely get rid of it. So we're just going to make them more compact so that they become more accountable, they become more responsive, and there'll be supervisors inside each WhatsApp group watching what conversations pass, okay? So that's the evolution, I think, that we can take on WhatsApp groups to make it better. And also put in contact requests as well to make the WhatsApp groups more pretty, to have profile pictures, to also include some of the BV3 tactics of using stickers and morning greetings and things that are just more lively and animated. We want our partners to feel hospitality every day when they engage with us through these particular groups, okay? There's also going to be a direct channel that Bai and I are creating on ManyChat, and that allows owners to speak with Bukit Vista directly. By using Rafik's old WhatsApp number too as well. This will then allow owners to have a channel to complain or to speak to management directly if they need access to senior leadership, okay? All right, so that's the plan on fixing these WhatsApp groups. We're in a transition period in BV5, so let's take a look at some other particular transitions, all right? This is just a reiteration of policies that we talked about before, but since some people are new here, I'll just reiterate them again, okay? In June 14th, we said, all right, we're going to reduce WhatsApp. Business conversations related to business intelligence, they should be conducted on the phone or video call first, followed with a written response. Okay, avoid having lengthy business discussions on WhatsApp and chat. It's unprofessional and it takes way too long. The next is a policy about getting guests through the welcome portal. This has been working very well. The welcome portal adoption is growing right now, and this reduces the amount of check-in frictions and makes it easier for guests to actually self-service and have great check-ins. All right, another policy, seeing about suspicious booking activity on partner calendars, all right? So we are moving towards, and it's gonna be a long journey, towards 100% exclusive. But some partners are still accepting direct bookings, and we need to figure out what to do about this. Nadine has brought up some interesting cases about what to do in terms of, let's say, dealing with a direct booking. But if you do see partner direct bookings, please direct this to Nadine where we can reset the expectations or enforce partner calendar adoption, okay? Last, this has been helping out the content team, which has received a new consultant, Devanda, who was one of our past interns back in, I think, 2019, has actually rejoined the company as a consultant, and this will be helping with improving the amount of content that can be delivered by the awareness team. But please use content requests to schedule activities and requests in so that content can be prioritized correctly. All of the requests will be ignored. Okay, and we have now been in, I think, the first month of the HOO program. We call this the Hospitality Operational Orientation. Thank you, Nadine. Yeah, the HOO, the Hospitality Operation Orientation. is meant for all employees to gain real practical experience with dealing with the operations of Bukit Vista, so that when they specialize or if they remain, they have this experience to draw and design cool projects and innovations from. Okay, we're moving towards a self check-in world where we're going to avoid using WhatsApp to tell partners about check-in. We're going to ask partners to use BVGo to understand check-in, and we are now today going to be on partner relationship visits and instructing and demonstrating how partners can use self-check-in kits to actually get their guests in, our guests in, without having to stay and wait for guests. Okay. Now let's talk about some of our strengths. So those are the policies and the weaknesses, but it's not all bad. There's a lot of good things happening here. So one of our strengths is our revenue. It's climbing, and we are starting out July with a real record here. We're starting out July with almost the same as what we ended June with, about 153,000 US dollars for July. Okay, and we've reached about 173. If we reach 180 by the end of this next 2 days, then we'll have another dinner party for everybody. Okay, we're getting to our stretch target goal. Next is another strength is the technology. The technology has been created for many years. The adoption has never been a strength up until recently. We're seeing stronger guest portal adoption. We're seeing more guests actually use this guest portal to have better check-in experiences, and we can do it with less time. All right, BVGo. BVGo is one of our headline products, and it's one of the things that we do really have put a lot of effort into, and we're seeing partners use and adopt BVGo more. If you see these graphs, they're going up and to the right, that is a good sign. That means more people are using it, more people are getting their notifications on it, and this then helps us reduce the amount of load that needs to go into the operations team while actually getting more fluency through the tools. Okay? All right, so good adoption of tools. What about team management? Team management, we also see things improving as well. Just recently, I think Bayu and Felix got together and they created a new shift schedule that's been really beneficial for the operations team. The schedule now is written from a role perspective rather than from a person perspective, so that we know which roles need to be covered for a particular day. It's just a much cleaner shift schedule and makes it easier to manage teams. All right. We also added 3 consultants into the company. This consultant program is brand new and it's been working really well. They are pretty much all working part-time, but their contributions are very tangible and very immediate. So we can get consultants in and they can start contributing from the very moment they're hired. We've got Sharon, Chandra, and Devanda as our consultants. Okay. Of course, synchronized work calendars. I've been seeing synchronized work calendars help a lot. Questions that used to take weeks, or we would wait until a general squad sync up to solve, now are solved on the same day, and the coordination is much faster. And we're able to delight guests and partners in a very responsive way by synchronizing our work calendars. This is something that's also really good. All right, I think Ara to announce this last week, but I'll just announce it again, that we have $1 million summer challenge, okay? So here's the deal. Between May 1st and September 30th, we're looking to accumulate $1 million US dollars in total sales, okay? So I think we're around 683,000 at this point. We still got up until September 5th to actually get to that goal, okay? By September 5th, we'll calculate all the income that we received from May 1st up until September 30th, and that should be $1 million. If we reach that goal, then we will triple the individual bonuses for everybody. Okay, so this is a group-wide company goal of getting there. Qualified interns that have been working on these projects will get a $3 million appreciation bonus to getting this there. But it's not just about getting to $1 million. It's getting to $1 million with the trusted brand and the quality that we expect. So I also expect, in addition to getting $1 million, that we get 4.5 overall 5-star reviews and 70% 5-star reviews. Okay, so those are 2 dimensions of quality that we also want to get. We don't want to get to $1 million and have terrible reviews. We want to get to $1 million and be a brand that our partners and our guests can trust. Okay, all right. Speaking of brand, let's go and talk a little bit more about what we've seen this week. Okay, so I'll just read the past 10 reviews that I've seen on Airbnb, and this gives everybody a feel of the brand. Okay, so Ibrahim gave us his 5-star, said that he experienced a great place. It was quiet and clean, close to everything, and he would highly recommend it. Braidu gave us a 5-star. He said, I honestly had an amazing time. From arriving to the airport till checking out, everything was easy. Communication was really good. I'd definitely come back here if I would stay at Canggu again. Amelia gave us 4 stars. She said it was a clean room, just like the pictures. Very comfortable bed, towels, and shampoo available. Good air conditioning, not noisy. I think the biggest positive aspect of this Airbnb is the amazing beach view. You can fall asleep to the ocean's waves. Breakfast is available. Okay, Igor gave us a 5-star review. He said it was a clean villa with great pool and garden, fully equipped kitchen, high-speed internet, great location in the center of the Phuket. Next is Marvin. Marvin Timur gave us a 5-star review. Said it was a very great experience. The accommodation was like the pictures, and the staff was very nice and accommodating. Next to Christina. Christina said something in German. I can't really read that. Wait, I'll just pretend that you guys can Google Translate that now. All right. But Christina gave us a 4-star review. Carola gave us a 4-star review and said, very nice bungalow with ocean view. Can be pretty loud with the waves, but such a nice sound to fall asleep to. A little bit outside the village with scooter locations for food within a few minutes. Okay, Mark gave us 5 stars, said it was a very nice villa, close to a lot of beaches. Karti checking gave us 5 stars. It was a nice day and my family enjoyed it. Emma gave us 5 stars and said, very lovely host, nice place, would recommend it for sure. The host was helpful with everything. Okay, so altogether pretty mild. We don't have any Bukit Vista branded reviews. We don't have anybody mentioning a particular Bukit Vista employee, Vista or Vista. So there's still more that we can do to try to earn better reviews, okay, and enhance the brand. Let's talk about the network. So surprisingly enough, this has been kind of a drama, but I think we're going to go ahead with it. I will be teaching a hospitality entrepreneurship class at UGM this year. So we'll be essentially moving some of our onboarding material, I guess, into the classroom. We'll be talking about sales, negotiations, marketing, product market fit, all the aspects of what actually startup life is like. And we'll be doing this at a university level. So this will be kind of fun too as well. Okay, what can you do as part of Bukit Vista? What can you do right now? Well, same as before, right? Really think about ways to build the brand. The brand is everything we do as a company together. So this brand is your brand, it's my brand, it's everyone's brand. The goal is to grow the market share through work that inspires guest partners and your team. And how do you know that you've been doing a good job? Because you're building this world-class brand. This world-class brand happens when, of course, our guests feel inspired and delighted, partners feel inspired and delighted, we feel inspired and delighted. Okay, and with that, let me turn it back over to Bella for the rest of the all hands.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's inspiring, like totally. And let's work together, everyone, so we can check all of the boxes. And Bella, move to weekly mission inspiration. Isabella from the guest squad. The floor is yours. Is she attending?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, Erica. Yeah, so last week there's a guest named Lynn Jetten, and she wants request a decor birthday for her boyfriend, and then we try to arrange that. And thanks a lot to Katendi also help us because this is also the help of Katendi friends, and the guests like it. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Isabella. That's so sweet, really. And next, move to partner mission inspiration. Katendi, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Erika. Last week, GAS, Bukit and then CMT focused to improve the property quality and then standard using the guideline based on the SPP list prioritization as well. And then there are some property partner positively transformed by willingness to of the adoption Bifigo and then improving the property quality. That's it. Yep, there are some picture on there as well. Thank you. And then the last one, last week also, GSM team roll out the other partner award using the guideline. Finally, we meet the Pondok Dahayu owner because it's hard to meet him, and then give special reward as the number one of our Bukit Vista, what's called best property based on the guest review 2021. And then yeah, there's also a video testimonial from the partner, and then I put also the link of the property if you guys want to see what is in Tondok Dahayu. Thank you, Erika.
Okay, thank you, Kak Tendi. Um,
Selamat sore, Bukit Vista. Terima kasih atas selama ini kerjasamanya. Kita mendapatkan Pondok Dahayu 4,9 nomor 1. Semoga di kedepannya selalu kerjasama kita dan sama tamu semakin banyak yang check in ke kita. Terima kasih banyak.
Hey, Teddy, allow me to speak on this actually. So I've been to, I think, 3 properties, Mi Villa, and I think it was Putikalapa, and one other property. Can't recall off the top. But they're all very proud of their awards. They put them in very public locations. They put them right, I guess, check in. And it surprisingly is one of our, it's a strong brand touch point now between Bukit Vista and our guests when they see that. So I think this is a great idea. It's something that the partners do actually feel pride about, and they feel, we're climbing up that relationship ladder. So good initiative. Would you see this actually being well adopted by partners?
okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Kak Tendi, for sharing the video. I think everyone in the room is smiling watching the video. It's so inspiring, delight. And move to the employee squad. Kak Shalian, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So good morning, everyone. So this is actually like a story of how like the MSc batch to interns. So this actually marks like the very first Campus Merdeka project that we have completed this year. So our visitors here like all start small and look what they have grown and transformed in the past 5 months. And these are actually like the first day photo that I took of them, like during the onboarding expectation settings, and now we know how they look like. Right now in this case. And a little bit of a spoiler, so some of them are going to be back soon in this case. So yeah, look forward to it, yeah, peeps. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shalian. Please, everyone, shout out to Kak Shalian because she's been working so hard on this program. And next, move to technological innovation. Kak Nadia, the time is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So this actually related to the Airbnb services for the goodbye message. So we fixed the goodbye message and also the automatic review. So it will be sent like 3 days after it gets checked out, and will be sent like every 3 p.m. WIP or 4 p.m. WITA time. So noted to the HJR team. So please don't try to send it manually because it will duplicate the message. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nadia. Next, move to company theme target and achievement. Kara, the time is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is feeling well and great today. A couple of things that I'd like to report to everyone in here. First, maybe go to my inspections for this week. The first one is actually following up from the last week about the task delegations. There are still two actionables that me and Jim did to actually do in the guest squad. So later on, I think I will have some discussion with him on this part. Okay, the new sections for the partnerships transformations. So I attached to the pictures there the data showing about how our performance of quality of the property is not really good. So there is no stable enforcement on nurturing partner relationship. This has been mentioned also earlier by Mr. Jim's presentations. And property quality rates need to be put under considerations. And actionable here, I think, to the transformation chapters, with the need specifically in partnership squad, we need to integrate SPP and PRP to our partnership transformation SLA. And this is the thing, maybe we need to have a supervision on partners communication outside PRP need to be improved. So it's not about maintaining relationship just to me and the partners, but also about the service that actually given to the partners itself. So yeah, MVP for this is actually Rakarai. I did that currently with Wayana, with the help of the team, of course, to actually maintain the communication outside the PRP. The last part is employee funnel prioritization. Since we have limited resources in the squad, we need to be mindful to stay effective and efficient with the current resources that we have. I'm not going to say that we're lack of resource, we just lack of effectivity and efficiency. So the actionable for this one, I'll create the SEP. This is my SPP, but for employee side, and then to Shilin, get ready to champion to enforce the system once SEP is created. Okay, that's a little bit of inspections and the target. Congratulations, everyone, to actually achieve the revenue target. So, other than the revenue target, we've set the stretch target for this month, which is 180,000 USD. Before we're looking at how is our company performing this month, I'll report a couple of things about the travel trends right now. So the opportunity that we have for June is that Indonesia look to attract digital nomads and long stay tourists with a 5-year visa and spiritual retreats. So potential is that we attract 3.6 million overseas travelers to Indonesia. Second, Bali has been discovered as one of the greatest selections among tourists for working. And the third, this visa will allow remote workers to stay on islands such as Bali for 5 years tax-free, but only if their incomes are earned outside of Indonesia. So this is also the graph of how the flight arrivals in Bali is actually getting better year by year. So you guys can check that out. Okay, and then moving on to the achievement. As stated, we already achieved the revenue target, and the good part, the better part is that we are very close to achieve the stretch target right now. Only 6,000 USD left. So within 1 week, I believe that the team can actually achieve the stretch target for this month. That's the good side. And then the things that need to be improved is that the currently is decreasing. This is also related to the demo that Mr. Jing gave for the Airbnb. You guys can see that previously last week we achieved 1 out of 2. But for this week, it's actually lower. So both for overall ratings and 5-star ratings is actually not achieving the target yet. Breakdown of this quality that is part of the target is that mostly it's decreasing also. The one that is improving is cleanliness. I think this is also related to how we focused on looking at frictions last week. For example, last week on my report, I'm stating that our cleanliness is the worst, right? And then I think I got everyone's attention to improve that. And it's actually showing results here, which is the cleanliness is actually increasing. But I think everyone forgot to actually maintain the rest of the breakdowns and the attributes that we need to maintain. So my heads up, thank you for putting attentions on my report last week. This week, I hope that everyone not just looking at one attributes, but for all, we need to actually maintain and increase to have a better quality. And then this is another achievement that we have for this week. Congratulations to everyone. We also achieved another high record for check-in count in a day with 64 guests on June, higher compared to the previous one. Okay, that part and the sales part, actually we achieved, this is also a good sign, we achieved the weekly target. This week we achieved 17,000 USD. And I like to recognize a couple of persons that actually able to bring in, we call it ring the bell because bring in big value of reservations, direct booking converted. First, Bayu and Nadine for Villa Angin with total reservation value of 3 million. And then the second one, Felix and Farmon as part of our interns for Wananta Villa with total reservation value of 4 million. This is the biggest one ya by interns, Mas Bayu kalah nih. Terus Farhan also for Villa Nayaka with reservation value for 30 million. So good job everyone. Get better work and let's come to more and higher results. Okay, back to the host.
Okay, thank you, Kara, for the report. Thank you for a lot of good news. And next, move to promotion and new employee. Kak Shalin, the time is yours.
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Erika. So this also is actually about you, but okay. So as of 25th of June, 2022, after Erika has finished her internship, Erika has joined Bukit Vista as a assistant in this case. So she has has already started her journey as a business development specialist in Bukit Vista as per 25th actually. So once again, congratulations, Erica, and hope to inspire Delight more in the future. Thank you.
Welcome America!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kak Shelin. I'm happy to join the team. And let's move to squad main achievement. For guest final squad, Kak Gani, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Erika, and good morning, everyone. So for the guest squad achievement, for the primary achievement, it is instant book progress in the 6th month. So back in January 2022, most of our revenue composition was on the green and light green. Conversion is done manually. But then on June, in this month, most of the revenue composition is conversion is by instant book. So I think this is a pretty good progression of the instant book. Thank you, back to Erika.
Okay, thank you for another good news again, Kak Gani. Next, move to the employee final squad, Kak Shelin. What is yours?
Okay, this is actually like a little bit of a spoiler see. So it's a wrap up, right, for the MBKM batch to internship. So we have transformed the Pistons, and few of them are and will continue as Pistons. So one of them is Erica, and few to be announced in the next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Shelin. Next, move to core value recognition. Okay, for Kak Bayu, the time is yours, Kak.
Okay, this is basically the screenshot explains everything. So this is to Nadia, right? So Nadia wants me to do something for her. That's very easy. Everyone can do that every day, right? But what's different here is that she can predict that I will having a difficulty to sign the document. This is to sign the document on Google Docs, I think, right? How can we sign a document? I don't have a pen for that, right? What she do is she give the second information, the anticipation, which is she will use that app to do that. That's before even I realize that I will have a problem to how to sign the document. So I think this is a very thoughtful user experience, and this is definitely something that we call help others to help themselves. She helped me before I realized I will need something, so I would like to recognize her for that.
Thank you, Kak Bayu, for sharing this. Wow, Kak Nadia. I hope everyone and me also can adopt that. And next, move to Bella. Bella, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Erika. So it's for Jess. I believe he's not attained our all hands today, but thank you, Jess, for helping and covering my day off last Thursday, and you did incredible work. Also, thanks for suggesting and correction for strategic report for lot 6. Thanks, Jess. Back to Erika.
Okay, thank you, Bella. Wow, Jessica. But sadly, she's not here right now. And next, move to Isabella. Isabella, the floor is yours.
Yes, I would like to say thank you to Ara and also Mr. Jing. So last week I have a one-on-one session with Ara, and there's something that I would like to concern about my contract work, and that day Ara considered it also and discussed it with Mr. Jing. So I was really grateful for your time to listening to my concerns. Thank you, Ara and Mr. Jing.
Thank you, Isabella. That's lovely, Kak Ara and Mr. Jing. Thank you. And next, move to Kak Nadine. Kak Nadine, the time is yours.
Okay, this one is actually for you, Erica. So I would like to to recognize you. So recently, I've been amazed with how Erica tries to level up her skill and I'm so glad to see that you have a very big passion about the work in BD, and I've been observing that she is actively asking for reference, what to learn, and then I often caught her watching or reading many materials to enhance her skill in negotiation, and she also able to always contribute in the BD MOU achievement. And congrats to you again, Erica, for joining the team.
Thank you, Canadian. I'm happy to be a part of BD. So that's what I should do actually. And next, move to personal updates.
Oh, one
This
more
week.
from yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, this is from my side. Yeah, this is a little bit, I think, challenging, and I need everyone to be aware. So last week we almost lost the partnerships with one of our legacy stage partners. Yeah, that has been partnering with Bukit Vista for years. Owners claim that he's not happy with our current service, and there's so many things that needs to be improved. Not sure, but we haven't been really nurture and take a look at that in a serious way. So last week, me and Wayana decided to go there and actually talk to the owners. At first, of course, it's very uncomfortable situations because mostly we're hearing about the owners renting out about our service and all, right? But by the end of the sessions, Wayana and me actually able to convince the owners to actually keep and maintain the relationship with improvements as part of the promise that we can offer in the next 1 month. So I'd like to congratulate Wayana. Thank you a lot for being the hero in this case with me to actually maintain the relationship. So yeah, that's a great job.
Thank you, Kara, and congratulations, Moana. I think she is always been the hero in partnership. She always make time, and even she's busy or she is on her holiday, she always make the time to allocate to get a partner or to maintain the relationship. So, congrats, Moana, once again. And next, move to personal updates. This week, we're going to read our biggest actionable discovery. So, for Mr. Jing, the time is yours.
Okay, so my biggest actionable discovery is supervision and inspection is actually the correct mindset for leading large teams. It's actually more important than just coaching and training by itself. One more one that I just noticed. A lot of our properties are actually looking a little bit tired from lack of maintenance. Nobody actually detected this until I went out and saw it for myself. So, yeah, those are my two biggest actionable discoveries.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next, move to Kak Gani. Kak Gani, the time is yours.
Okay, review or feedbacks are the best tools we can use for improvement during inspection. So that's why when we doing SPP, I always take a look on the guest review first, what things we need to improve and what else. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Kak Gani. And next is Kak Wei, but is she attending? There is no status here. Oh, okay, I'll read it for her, maybe. Comparing to SPO, I think SPP is more effective, efficient, and gives significant results. Okay, thank you, Kak Wei. And next, move to Kak Nadine. The time is yours, Kak.
Okay, so this is actually not exactly the biggest actionable discovery, but the thing that I want to try to discover, like I'm not sure that if a simpler trial process and onboarding turns out creating a better team member, or it's just the people. I'm not sure, but I will sort it out with Mr. Jing probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kanadin, for the update. And next, move to Kyla. Welcome, Kyla. The time is yours.
Hi, Erika. Okay, thank you, everyone. So, mine is that for request of days, I'm standing. Oh, so I can.
Kenapa, Kyla? Okay, Kyla. Thank you for the update. You are here. Next, move to Moana.
Okay, profit, quality team is a key. Share the same spirit, ownership, and understand the essence of the work makes solid team. Solid team can create a good culture. When you have a good culture, work can be more fun. Yeah.
True.
Okay, agree, Moana. Thank you, Mo. And next is mine. I think it's related to conversion, related to communication. Communicate with partner. When you feel so nervous because you think you can't do it. Only when you do it, you'll discover what's the best thing to do. And next, move to Han. Han, the time is yours.
For me, it's no need to complicate things if you already know the easy way, but still haven't done it yet. Just because you're feeling say the easy way won't work. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Han, for the update. And next, move to Eka. Welcome, Eka. The time is yours.
Okay, so I discovered that follow-up is key. It's not that the guest doesn't want the deal, it's they don't want it right now. So we could follow up and then close the deal later on.
Whoa, sounds like a solution.
Thank you, Eka. I think you learn so fast, even if you're new. And next, move to Kak Ara. Kak Ara, the time is yours.
Yeah, multiple things. Partnership squads currently need better structure, especially in terms of non-connected partners relationship. Structure is low and PIC is not well established too. Second part, Jessica and Bella and me has been discussing the opportunity to optimize booking.com. We might need to examine further for this opportunity because currently Airbnb is our home base. And then the third one, inspection system need to be improved by supervisors in guest one. So yeah, that part.
Okay, thank you, Kara, for sharing the insights. Next, move to Kak Tendi. Kak Tendi, the time is yours.
Sorry, I think my mic is. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Erika. For
Your mic is okay, Kak.
You are muted, Andy.
it's turn off, turn on by self.
Oh.
Sorry. For my biggest actionable discovery, SPP list is better tools for the presentation. Thank you, Erika.
Okay, thank you, Kak Tendi. Next, move to Kak Shalin. Kak Shalin, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Erika. From my side, so when you're lost, like just pretend that you know the way. If not, like you can always turn to someone or something reliable. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Shalin. Next, move to Isabella. Isabella, the time is yours.
Yeah, so it's written. I've learned that as a host, I have to learn a lot of new tools, and I'm happy because finally I already learned the air support, Airbnb, ManyChat, and also Booking.com. Thanks to Kagani, giving me the access, and thanks also to Katen and Mowayan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Isabella. That's a good news. Next, move to Ikut Soma. The time is yours.
Okay, good morning everyone. Biggest action never discovery for me since I joined. The biggest thing I have done is to help the owner to set up BPGo, so they like feel wow, now I know. They say like that. For example, on Prama Beach House, the owner excited with the BPGo, and to have overbook to find a way out, it gives them sense like security for the Rara Pak Gede when. Last time on 25, they have overbooked them. When I come to there, give the information, and he's like smile, and then he's like, yeah, that's from me.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's a delightful news. And next to Gisela, she's not attending. I will read it for her. Got property partners email access again. Now proceeding with offboard after a few days of delay. Okay, thank you, Giselle, for the update. Next, move to Kak Bayu. Kak Bayu, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. This is because I'm having the phone that the guest will call if they cannot call anyone else in the company. So this is what I have learned so far. So there are some levels of urgency that the guest contacted us. Low, medium, inquiry, sales, blah, blah, blah. It can wait for tomorrow. The level 3 is high urgency, like slow response in guest or partner assistant. The fourth level is critical. This can result in complete loss of value. For example, no guest assistance at check-in time, especially late at night, right? And then this can result as a failed check-in, and then it will result in a brand degradation and also loss of trust after that. And the biggest discovery is that we haven't focused our operation team to prevent critical urgency cases because guest support ends at 6 p.m. That's actionable right there. Back to you, Erica.
Okay, thank you, Kak Bayu, for sharing this. That's quite comprehensive. I love that report. And next, move to Kak Nadia. Kak Nadia, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So this is my personal story, my biggest actionable discovery. So I was driving for Saturday night. So I thought it was fine, but actually I got etilang. Yeah, it's actually part of my policy as well. So I took the right turn line zone for going straight. So don't do that, everyone, because this is scary and getting that over. Thank you.
Because there's no evidence of you driving.
Okay, thank you, Kak Nadia. I think my friends in Surabaya also get some of etilang. So you should be really, really careful in
Nadia, use the power of the vote.
Sorry, sir?
Vote against people who use this against you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next move to William. William, the time is yours.
Okay, so my recent pull request seems to be taking on the servers, and the thing that I'm going to try out next to fix this is maybe fix the capitalization of file paths because they seem to matter not in my computer.
Okay, thank you, William, for the update. Next to Kak Lilis, but she's not attending. I will read this for her. Seeking field information from executor is really the key to develop policy. Now we are examining the night shift policy. Okay, thank you, Kak Lilis, for the update. Next to Kak Fidi, the time is yours, Kak.
Yeah, email unsent for bookings for partner is intermittent. It cannot be replicated in development environment. But what we know right now, it has a separate issue from the previous reported case. Still probably caused by async function or errors in code prior to the sending function or that section. Currently, I am doing this and refactoring personally, and it's about 70% done right now.
Okay, thank you, Kak Fidi, for the update. Next, move to David. He's not attending.
Super why?
That whatever is begun in anger ends in shame, so improving emotional intelligence is very important. That's wise. Thank you, David, for sharing. And next to Bella. Bella, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Erica. For this week, I found some revenue acceleration versus revenue projection to decide any strategy for each new properties as example below. Okay, thank you. Back to Erica.
Okay, thank you, Bella. And next is Jessica, but she's not attending. Bella, can you help me to read Jessica's report?
Yeah, sure. Basically, it's like the booking value distribution from February into July. So the value of booking is increasing by the times actually. Okay.
Okay,
That's
thank
all.
you, Bella.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Bella, for your help. Next, move to Felix. Felix, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Erica. My discovery is kind of new. So I discovered this yesterday. The potential of scaling up and automating the process of renewing the list of places to recommend for travel tips using Google Maps API on Google Cloud. It will list around like 15 places near a place based on the query on the URL. So yeah, thank you. Back to Erica.
Okay, thank you, Felix, for the update. And next, move to Lila. Lila, the time is yours.
Thank you. My discovery is being calm and well prepared are the keys of our actions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lila. That's wise. Next, move to Farhan. Farhan, the time is yours.
Okay, recently my biggest discovery is manage the reservation flow from the direct booking until the payment receipt and until the guest to be able to check into the property. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Farhan. I heard that you convert a high revenue booking. Next, move to announcement. Oh, we have no announcement, so I think that's all for today's All Hands, everyone.